The Minister of Mining, Agriculture and Fisheries has commented again on the perennial noose around the neck of agriculture, which is part of his portfolio. I've already pointed to what I see as the error made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in saddling one minister with the increasingly complex and problem-plagued mining portfolio and twinning it with agriculture and fisheries with its huge underdeveloped potential and plethora of challenges. Good day. This is episode 80 of the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. Please subscribe, and special thanks to you all for joining us and sharing the link, encouraging viewing and subscription to the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast channel. Remember, it's free to subscribe. Desmond Richards and Winnie Anderson Brown have their say in this podcast number 80. But first, my commentary, frankly speaking. Lastly, the theft of billions of dollars in fruit, vegetable growing provision, and livestock from small holdings through to large commercial farms is an opportunity and challenge for Floyd Green. Yet, frankly speaking, even with the unwieldy twinned ministry, I believe Floyd Green appreciates the gravity of the problem. He has been here before, albeit briefly, as Minister of Agriculture. Besides, he represents a constituency in St. Elizabeth, a true farming parish. Speaking to farmers this past week, Mr. Green said he was going to take on Lastly, describing it as the biggest threat facing the agricultural sector. Green told farmers in St. Ann on Thursday, quote, "We have been talking about this for too long. This crime, Lastly, is just as serious as murder. When a man loses his entire livelihood, you basically leave him to die." And he said he has a plan that includes seeking more support for the unit in the constabulary that fights Lastly and amending the laws which prescribe sanctions for those convicted of farm theft. Frankly speaking, those sanctions are not a deterrent. They're a joke. Farmers have been saying so for years now. One of the things Green says he wants to do is to create a greater sense in judges about the severity of the problem and its true effects. Roger Clark, Agriculture Minister at the turn of the century, did that too, brought judges together. Frankly speaking, Mr. Green is a lawyer and knows about sentencing. But it would be a shame, wouldn't it be, that the judges in Jamaica would be so distant from the community that they wouldn't know the calamity brought on many lives through Lastly? Mr. Green gets it though. But frankly speaking, I challenge him to do fast things that will lift the noose of Lastly from agriculture. Leonard Fulton, president of the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JS, has been telling me for years that farm theft is breaking the back of agriculture. He believes Green will make a difference. Now, here is Mr. Fulton in a brief interview with me.
Put the agricultural wardens in the hot spot. Number two, to ensure that police pay greater attention to places that are selling curry goat and other meat types. Go in there to ask for receipts. I really think one very important thing that we should do is to amend the Agricultural Produce Act, as is said by the minister. But this is being said from Roger Clark was minister, and it has not yet been amended. And I do believe, I have confidence in Minister Green that he's going to do it. But that must, another important thing I think we should do is to have undercover police, community people. You hire them and pay them a little something, but they will call and tell you what they are seeing in their community. Yes, and the police would know where the most reports are made. in the junction area of St. Elizabeth, along the Old Harbour Road, the whole stretch of the Old Harbour Road, it's a goat rearing area. So we know in St. Ann, the cattle theft in the most of St. Ann is very hard. Do something drastic now to arrest this problem.
What about people who say the JS hasn't done anything over all these years? Hasn't made any difference to it?
It's not true, sir. The first institution that bring predial larceny to the fore was the Jamaica Agricultural Society. The JS has been out there. Remember, we are an advocate group, you know. We don't get the sort of financial support like RADA and other agencies. But we do advocacy on behalf of our farmers. A lot of people expect the JS to be out there digging a VM hill. That's not our role. Yeah. What else can we do with a budget that is nearly zero?
That's Leonard Fulton, JS president. The policing is a major issue. There's what is called the predial larceny unit in the police force, but they don't have enough vehicles and manpower. Volunteers and cooperative effort are dying in Jamaica. But that's exactly what's needed now in the communities to deal with predial theft. Consider the concepts now of the home guard and the neighborhood watch. Cleanse them of the difficulties. Add some modern thinking and technology. Farmers have more phones and can share intel and alerts through their groups. And then there is capacity and need for more cameras and drones. It's all there. Frankly speaking, here's an opportunity for Minister Green to stamp his mark on the Jamaican economy, because that's what this is about. To deter mob killings, for that too is what this is about. To encourage investments in farming and all the benefits that come with that. To reduce theft and to improve food production and security and bring prosperity to farmers. But frankly speaking, he has to believe first that, as he said, predial larceny is the biggest threat facing agriculture, over which he presides. Here now is Desmond Richards.
Based on the latest report from the Integrity Commission, 6 parliamentarians and several high-ranking public officials are under investigations for illicit enrichment. That is, they were found to be in possession of properties which they could not properly accounted for. Now, I have always said that when it comes on to corruption in Jamaica, the politicians, high-ranking public and private officials are those who lead the list. The record is there to prove. Ministers have gone to jail for corruption, and public officials have been charged. Now, I have also indicated that we must stand in support of the Integrity Commission. Now, the latest report is a clear indication that the Integrity Commission is doing its job, and the public officials and the politicians are not going to support it. No. We also observed last week that the Speaker indicated that she was seeking the Attorney General's advice on how the report from the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General report, how they must be submitted to the House. Now, over the years, the Auditor General report has been submitted to the House. Now we wonder why at this time they want to keep the report away from us. And the other thing that we need to be amended, the names of politicians under investigations, the public must know in Jamaica, if the police arrest me or investigating me, let us support the Integrity Commission, allow it to do its work. Let us stand by the commission as it moves ahead to clear up corruption in the society.
That's Desmond Richards, journalist and founder of internet radio, Rebel Radio Jamaica. And now, Winnie Anderson Brown.
Let's watch out for BRICS. And by BRICS, I am talking about an alliance formed by these countries: Brazil, Russia, India, and China. And later they were joined by South Africa. Why is this important? Think of the countries that have come together. Think of the populations and think of an economic bloc with all these countries involved. And interestingly enough, there are 13 countries that have formally applied to join BRICS, and there are 6 others that have informally asked to join. So it means that 19 more countries may join this alliance. And an important fact is that the GDP of these 5 countries have surpassed that of the G7 nations, according to a report earlier this year. This is something to watch. Why? The geopolitical order in this world is important to all of us. And when we talk about finance, when we talk money, this group is planning to create a currency, a fiat currency, to rival the US dollar. Now that is interesting. That is something to watch. There will be a conference later this year, that is in August. So then that should be very interesting. Let us listen out for what is coming out of BRICS. And as I said at the beginning, let us watch out for BRICS and what it will mean for the entire world.
That's Winnie Anderson Brown, educator and health facilitator. Thank you for staying with us. Keep sharing, and we love when you leave your comments on the channel, and we respond. Please subscribe if you have not yet done so. On behalf of Desmond Richards and Winnie Anderson Brown, I'm Franklin McKnight. Until then,